Again, sorry for that. So let's start with the business session for today. So there is an update from the Vice President of Education. So all the roles are open for the meeting. So anybody interested can ping Toastmasters Purti and book your roles. And there are a few awards that we won in the district conference that happened recently, this crescendo. So I'll be reading out the awards. Please keep your applause till the end. So I'll be reading out the first, that is the club awards. We have won all of them silver, Spirit of 121, Champion Club membership retention, Champion Club membership renewal, and Super 7 awards. And coming to the individual awards, DTM pin for Udanka, Toastmaster Udanka, DTM ribbon for Amitabha Saharoy and DTM Yamu Bhatt, lead award for Udanka Arun Jain, Sai Snehal Reddy, and Ujjwal K. Triple Crown Award for DTM Udanka, and DTM Udanka and Distinguished Toastmaster Subramaniam have been elected as district officers. That is DTM Subramaniam as Club Board Director and DTM Udanka as District C Director. And they were sworn that they'll be the respective officers and will take charge from 1st of July. And Supreet, who is a part of our club member, has taken part in this district finals. Unfortunately, couldn't proceed ahead, but it's a very great thing that is gone till district finals. And the distinguished Toastmaster Nagaraj Rao has recognized in Crescendo for the membership award, membership anniversary of 20 years. So give a huge round of applause for all the members of Congratulations to all the winners, and I'm sure everyone is proud to be a Mechanic after looking at so many awards. So let's start with the Sergeant Adams and passing it over to the Toastmaster.
A very good evening to my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. The theme for today is lessons my children taught me. If it is not glaringly obvious, let me state the fact that I do not have any children of my own. So I can't give you any first-hand experience of what my children taught me. But I can tell you about this opportunity that I got a few weeks back from Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. There was this summer camp being conducted for a bunch of kids in a certain park. And when he told me about this, we had to conduct a few activities for those kids and basically bring out their public speaking skills. So when he told me about this, I was extremely apprehensive. What am I going to do for 150 kids? I'm just going to waste their time there. Not much to contribute from my side. So I can't do this. And I kept insisting, sir, I won't be able to do this. But he was insistent. He said that these children, they won't judge you. And he said one line which I will never forget. Makkalri, aurgenide. And with that, I proceeded and I went on to do something which I never thought I could do. He said, keep your body free. Don't have any inhibitions. Be open and speak whatever comes to your mind. And the children will openly accept it. And exactly that happened. This quality of children of being absolutely non-judgmental is something that we can learn from children. It's something that we as adults might have lost. Whenever we see people, we are constantly judging them. If you can go back to your school days, all of your friends, doesn't matter which religion they came from, their financial background, their gender, politics, nothing mattered to us. All that we cared about was, you are human being, I'm human being, let us have fun. And apart from this, also on that day, we called upon the children to come on stage and narrate stories of their own. The children didn't care. All of them, more than enough children were ready to narrate their stories on stage. And we unfortunately didn't have enough time for all of them. And this tells you that children don't have those inhibitions. What will other people think? What if that person is watching me? How will I be judged? What will others say? None of that. They just come, they just came, they held the mic, even if they don't know if they've held the mic properly, they kept on speaking. These qualities that we can learn from children are truly great. And with that, let me introduce our acting president for today. And about him, just like me, I'm very sure, as far as my knowledge goes, he also doesn't have any children of his own. He's a BCom graduate from Jain University, currently working at PwC, a stock market enthusiast, passionate traveler, and a dog lover. And his dream is to go to Leh Ladakh on bike and try all the adventure sports. Please give a big round of applause for Acting President Toastmaster Gaurav.
So I like to call Toastmaster Sai Snail to read out the minutes of the meeting for the previous meeting number 1160.
Good evening, everyone. Here are the minutes of the meeting number 1163 online held on 23rd of May 2022. Theme Euphemism, word of the week lucid. The business session started at 6:35 p.m. and was chaired by a President Toastmaster Ankita. In the business session, the following points were discussed. The Vice President Education mentioned all the roles but one speech slot and one evaluation slot are open for the next meeting. The President congratulated DTM Subramaniam and DTM Udanka for being the Club Growth Director-elect and the Division Director-elect for the program year 2022-2023 respectively. The President also congratulated Toastmaster Supreet for being the winner of the table topic contest and the evaluation contest, and Toastmaster Balaji Ace for being the first runner-up at the international speech contest at division level. DTM Udankar, Toastmaster Ujjwal and Toastmaster Sai Snail were congratulated for completing the leadership development program for 21-22. The members were encouraged to attend the District 121 Conference Crescendo 2022. The President urged the members to keep the base camp open to encourage the speakers and role takers by providing feedback. The regular meeting started at 6:39 p.m. Toastmaster Vaishnavi started the meeting with an introduction about the theme and later handed over the charge to the President Toastmaster Ankita. President Toastmaster Ankita opened the meeting, spoke on the theme, and introduced the Master of Ceremonies, Subramaniam. Master of Ceremonies, DTM Subramaniam, spoke on the theme and introduced the following role takers for the day. Timer, Toastmaster Harundati. Our counter, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. Grammarian, Toastmaster Sanjana. PP Evaluator, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. The prepared speech had the following speech. Speaker 1, Sanjana Prabhanjan. Evaluator, Toastmaster Arundas. The table topic session was conducted by Toastmaster Spurti and had 9 speakers. The speakers are as follows. DTM AK Pravakara, Toastmaster Pavani, Toastmaster Arundhati, Toastmaster Sanjana, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra, Toastmaster Shiva Prasad, Toastmaster Arundas, DTM Subramaniam, and guest Mokshit. The general evaluation session was conducted by Toastmaster Shiva Prasad. The winners of the week were Best Prepared Speech, Toastmaster Sanjana, Best Evaluator, Toastmaster Arundas, Best Table Topic Speaker, DTM AK Prabhakara, Best Role Taker for Tab G, Toastmaster Sanjana, and Best Role Taker for MTG, Toastmaster Shiva Prasad. The President closed the meeting at 8:34 p.m. Thank you, and back to the President.
Are there any changes in the minutes of the meeting? I consider it as a passed and I open meeting number 1164. I can see a couple of guests in the offline meeting as well as online. So I request all the guests to come towards the lectern and please let us know about yourself and how you came to know about Toastmasters and Mekon Communication Platform. So anybody would like to take it?
Good evening, everyone. This is Pavani. I got to know about the club from my friends Ujjwal and Sharani. I'm here to improve my leadership skills and communication skills. That's it. Thank you.
Welcome to our club, and I hope you are in the right place. Next time.
Hi, I'm Madhukar. I got to know about this club through Ujjwal. Today I am here to witness my friend's speech and support.
Welcome to our club. I wish I had friends like that. Okay. There are few online guests, and I request Raksha Raksha to please unmute and let us know about yourself and how you came to know about Toastmasters.
Hey, I'm Raksha. Today I'm here to witness how this club works and all. If I'm interested, if I like the session, then I might join this group. I was referred, Spurti and Sanjana are my classmates. Those two referred to me this club.
Welcome to our club. I request Vaishnavi to please unmute yourself and let us know about yourself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Vaishnavi and I'm a law student. So my friends Purti and Sanjana, they referred me here, and I really want to improve my communication skills. And as a law student, I think it's very important. So I'm here. Thank you.
Welcome to our club. I request guest Mokshit to please unmute and introduce.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Mokshit. I am a mechanical engineer. I would like to improve my English fluency. Hence, I was suggested by one of my friends to this club. Yeah, look forward to the meeting.
Welcome to the club. I think I'm not missing out on any of the guests. A child can teach adults three things. Those are how to be happy for no reason, to always be busy with something, and to know how to get things done, even though your parents or someone is not allowing them to do so. Kids and adults experience the world and live their lives differently. The way in which child functions, the way in which the child is around, see his viewpoint around the surroundings, the way they think and the way they feel is completely different to how we adults feel. So of course, as Shiva Prasad told, I don't have any kids of my own. So I have few nephews and nieces who are around 3 to 10 years old. So whenever I go to visit them during some family function or any family get-togethers, so I like to observe children, because even though they're not communicating with you, just by observing them, you can indirectly communicate with them and get to learn so many things just by observing kids. So the first thing that I observe when I look at children, the majority of the children, is they forgive easily. They don't have this ego that they carry forward into their entire lives. For example, if a parent scolds a child, or if a grandparent or anybody scolds a child, for that moment, the child may hate them. But after a few minutes or after a few hours, the child may just forget what has happened and just move on with his life. But we adults, if something, there's some conflict between with few people, we may always tend to carry forward that ego, that we may not forgive them so easily. Then that fight may prolong for more than a year or more than months. So this is one of the best things that I learned from a child is, even though it's a small or big trouble, it's always better to forgive someone, even though if it's their mistake, because relationship matters more than your ego. The second thing I observe in a child is they always open-minded and like to learn new things. So I have a nephew who is around 10 years old. So one day I was just sitting next to him during some family function, and he comes up to me and asks some questions related to technology. The question he asked, I didn't know how to answer it, because even I'm not so aware of what the technology is about. So whatever questions he kept on asking, I tried to escape it and try to give minimal answers so that he doesn't ask me many questions. But unfortunately, I was not satisfied with the answers that I gave. So he kept on asking questions. At the end, I just looked up into Google and did some research of my own, and then actually explained him what this technology is all about. So kids these days are always enthusiastic and wants to learn new things. Even though they are not aware of what that is, they want to know what it is all about. For example, we as adults, if we like to get interested in things which we are comfortable and which is more relevant to us. But if it's not something which is more relevant to us, we always tend to step down and mind our own business basically. So the third thing that I observed most, and this is the most, no, I mean, the most thing that I follow, I mean, I try to follow on my own life as well. The kids don't hesitate. They are always open to come a step forward and show what they are. For example, as Shiva Prasad mentioned that there was some seminar happening as a summer camp, me and Sai Snail went to the other location. So when we were going, we thought there'll be around 50 to 60 kids. But once we entered the venue, we saw 100 to 150. We started shivering that we have to stand on stage and address the entire audience. Once I got that mic for 2 seconds, I was out of words. I didn't know what to speak. I didn't know how to address these children. And once the seminar started, we made sure that these children started giving their introduction, basically introduced themselves to the entire group. The way they spoke, I and Sai Snail were shocked. We just looked at each other for 2 minutes, not knowing how are these people finding these complicated words. One of the child told he wants to be a veterinarian. One of the child told he wants to be a cardiologist. When I was that age, for me, doctor is a doctor. If I didn't know there is someone called as veterinarian, for me, he is a doctor who takes care of animals. I didn't know the exact term, and nowadays these kids are so well in advance. And we specifically told them try to introduce ourselves in 1 or 2 minutes because we thought maybe they'll just talk about themselves, about their schooling, where they are from, that's it. But one child went speaking for 5 to 7 minutes, that too in front of the complete strangers. He spoke about his aunt, about his uncle, about his grandfather, where he worked, where he's staying right now. The entire history he spoke about his family. And we both were like, where are we here? Why are we here? They should be conducting session for us and not be conducting a session for them. The way they spoke in front of the huge audience, I wouldn't have done if I was in that age. I couldn't even do it right now. So these are the 3 things that I always carry forward and try to implement in my life, because if we try to implement all these things, I can ensure that we'll be having a most happiest life, a most peaceful and most fulfilling life. Now I would like to introduce the special person to the lectern. She is an aspiring entrepreneur and a promising fashion designer. She loves adventures and sunsets, a budding Telugu poet, avid reader, and a happy mother. Let's hear from her what she learned from her children. With a huge round of applause, please help me welcome the Master of Ceremonies of the day, Toastmaster Pavan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav, the acting president of the. I feel uplifted with your warm introduction. I'm sure we all get connected and empowered when we appreciate the good thing in others. Today, I'm more than excited because I'm going to share the good traits of my loved ones. That's exactly our theme of the day. What I learned from my children. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and curious guests. Memories are one of those true riches that life offers. And today, many wonderful things coming to my mind, and let me share a few with you. Just by becoming a mother, I learned to put aside all my selfish wants and needs so easily. Otherwise, it would take a lifetime to learn. As toddlers, my children taught me to be happy for no reason with their innocent smiles. I think I learned that lesson pretty well, and that's the secret behind my smile all the time. My 2 daughters, Nihika and Lipika, who are 17 years and 15 years now, they are the perfect example for polar opposite persons. Their personalities, their taste, their skills, everything is completely different. Yet they are the best buddies. Observing them so closely for all these years, I understood the life's way of expressing is unique in every individual. Children are not only our reflections, but they are better versions of ourselves. I can see many parents and children here. Just place your hand on your heart and tell the truth. Don't you think you could overcome something better than your parents? In some emotional way or dreaming big, many things, right? So that's what we can learn from kids. There always will be somewhere better than elders because we parents born and brought up in a complete different time and different environment. And if we allow our kids and if we are ready to learn, our children can show the blind spots of our life. I have an example with me. Recently, we were planning for a vacation. Since we didn't go out anywhere since last 3 years, we were so excited planning to go to places. My elder daughter asked me, how did my parents felt when they were flying for the first time? I told no, they had never been in a flight. Who will take them out anywhere? It's fine, you take them this time. We can go anytime later. I was perplexed. They are just 17 and they are suggesting me to take my parents. Yes, and she took the initiative to plan the whole trip, the beautiful, exciting trip to Gujarat. And my parents were overjoyed with being the first time flyers. And still now, every day they cherish those moments. Just my parents and me, my sister. We had never been like that actually earlier. So that's how I learned from my elder daughter, the gifting the value of memories, the value of gifting the memories. And my younger daughter, she taught me to appreciate. We see many good things, but we just take it for granted. But she's keen observer, and she never, as Laura told, children never hesitate to comment or compliment. And my daughter was very good at complimenting even into the random new person. She would go to somebody and say, Auntie, you smile so well. I was always shocked. And actually, she inspired me to become a gratitude poet. And the way she said thank you to even the vegetable vendor or the auto driver, she said, thank you, uncle. And she'll wait till the other person also responds with a smile. So that, and she'll say, bringing smile and the others will make her day. And there are many other things that we can learn from children. Just for the time span, I'm continuing with the rest of them. We all, as parents, we all want our children to grow up in a very positive environment and more social, healthy social society. But very few people will take the responsibility of creating such environment. And Ralph C. Smedley is one of the few persons who took the responsibility. And he envisioned the need of public speaking and leadership skills in the society. And he started the first Toastmasters Club in the year 1924 at YMCA Santa Ana, California. Now, this non-profit organization has more than 313,000 members across 126 countries, over 14,650 member clubs. So there's some knowledge. The typical Toastmasters meeting comprises 3 sessions. The first is the prepared speech session, where the speakers are given time to prepare for a speech on a subject of their own choice, following the guidelines of the manual. Second is the table topic session, where the speakers are chosen at random and given a topic to which they have to respond to immediately. And third is the evaluation session, where the speeches and proceedings of the meeting will be evaluated. We have 4 role takers to help the session run smoothly. They are our counter Toastmaster M.U. Butzer. Can you introduce yourself and about the role?
Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. The effectiveness of any speech is often marred by certain unnecessary pauses or some filler words or what you call crutch words, something like you know, you see. So actually we try to repeatedly use it because of some our past experiences, whatever our So those are they mark the effectiveness of speech. Similarly, you use ahs, it is all because of some disconnect between our thinking and speaking. When we convert, that such kind of filler words and crutch words appear. My role as an R counter is to keep track of such things so that we can become aware, because we don't become aware of such mistakes what we ourselves do. So there should be some person who can monitor it. So that role is R counter, which role I'm going to take. So I will keep track of such filler words, crutch words, pauses, or even ahs and ums, and give my report at the end of the during general evaluation section when called for. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, sir. And today's timer is Toastmaster Mamata. Debut role taker.
Good evening, everyone. My role for today is a timer. So there will be 3 types of roles where we'll be having a speaker. Speaker will time starts at 5 minutes. By the end of the 5 minutes, it will be shown green color, and end of the 6 minutes, it will be shown yellow color, and end of the 7 minutes, it will be shown the red color. And the second one is the evaluator. Evaluator, the end of 2 minutes is green color, and end of the 2 minutes 30 seconds is yellow color, and 3 minutes is red color. And the third is a table topic discussions. The end of 1 minute is a green, end of 1 minute 30 seconds is a yellow, sorry, and end of the 2 minutes is a red color. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mamata. And today's grammarian is DTM AK Prabhakara, sir. Can you introduce your role, sir?
If I say cat come, milk meow meow, drink milk and go, people still understand it. But if I say the same sentence in a proper structured way, in proper grammar, the effectiveness of communication improves. My job today is to improve, just keep an eye on what went right with the grammar and what are the things that can be improved upon. Both will be brought out during the general evaluation session. My role is that. Over to the master ceremonies, Toastmaster Vaishnavi. Pavani.
And today's so what's the word of the day? Grammarian.
I think you better announce that.
Sword.
Let me tell you, the word of the day has not been, there is no agenda announced in the email. Okay. And I have not received in case it has been put somewhere else, please let me know. I didn't see agenda. I saw only MOM.
So it's been sent in agenda. The word of the week is thwart.
Please tell me, has it been sent?
Yeah, it's sent by Gaurav.
Gaurav, I see Bhavani. Bhavani has sent MOM, but I don't see in my mailbox any agenda for the meeting. That's okay. But I don't know where it has been sent. Let me know. What is the word of the day?
The word of the week is thwart. 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 The meaning is to stop something from happening. Usage example is our holiday plans were thwarted by the airline pilot strike. Thwart. And today's PP evaluator is Toastmaster Sanjana. Sanjana, can you introduce your role?
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Pavani. On an evening in 1876, a United States Army major named Henry Martin Robert sat down to write Robert's Rules of Order. He did so not from ambition, but for personal safety. Earlier that evening, he had conducted a church meeting, which, due to what he perceived to be his poor leadership, had, according to one report of the incident, erupted into open conflict. Robert had decided that, all things being equal, meetings could henceforth be more productive if the participants were not trying to kill each other and him in particular. So, very good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. That was an excerpt from John Cadley's article in the Toastmasters International magazine called Robert's Rules. Ignore them at your peril, they could save your life. I shall ping the link to the article, and you can go through it at your leisure. Trust me, you'll do yourself a favor. It's good humor. So the parliamentary procedure is based on the Roberts Rules of Order, and the latest edition goes up to 600 odd pages. But my role for today has been the PP evaluator. So I'll keep it very simple that I won't run it to 600 odd pages. So I request all speakers to refrain from talking about sex, religion, politics, and all the offline members are requested to keep their phones on silent. And if anybody wishes to leave the room, please leave during the applause only. And for the online audience, I really encourage all the members to keep their video on at all times. I see hardly 3 of us have kept their video on. And since we are talking about children, probably whoever keeps the video on for today will get a special chocolate from my end. So please keep your video on. With that, over to you, Toastmaster Pav. Thank you.
Thank you for the round. Let's begin with the first session of the evening, prepared speech session. And our first speaker for the evening is attempting his level 3 elective and project number 1. I request the individual evaluator, Toastmaster Veerabhadra Prasad, to read out the guidelines.
The purpose of this talk The purpose of this project is for the member to practice delivering social speeches in front of club members. I request the audience at the Toastmasters present here to look for the following: a toast, an acceptance speech, a speech to honor an individual, and speech to honor an organization. I wish the present speaker all the best, an young, charming person, Mr. Ujjwal.
Our speaker is studying 3rd BCom in Transcend College. This passionate Western dancer, who completed all 5 levels, also loves playing cricket, chess, and badminton. He also completed NLP Foundation training. Help me welcome Toastmaster Ujjwal with the speech title, The Best Things Happen Unexpectedly. The best things happen unexpectedly, Toastmaster Ujjwal.
A very happy evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I achieved this award for getting first place in level 5 Western dance competition. I still remember those late night practices, my mentor's dedication, and my peer group support involved in achieving this trophy. I mean, this achievement was not because of one man show. Today,
if I'm standing in front of you all holding this award, means it is only because of my diligent mentors, namely Vaidya ma'am and Santosh sir. I really want to thank both my mentors from the bottom of my heart. Moving on, without this great man's breathtaking skills and persistence, it wouldn't be possible to reach my goal. Thank you so much, my choreographer Ravi sir, for your considerable support. These were the special persons who came in my life as far the dancing is concerned. Now coming to the unsung heroes of my life. Firstly, my grandmother. Oh God. Those moments are still stuck in my eyes where my grandmother used to struggle a lot while I was having dance competitions when both my parents stayed in Delhi. Even to this day, she has the same energy and the enthusiasm within her. Thank you so much, Mummy. And then coming to my lovely parents, who actually found a dancer in me and having faith in me till date. Thank you so much, Appa and Amma. Lastly, coming to my competitors and my role model, without them, I wouldn't have come up until this stage. Even though this person might not be with us anymore, but he will be my role model for dance until my last breath, and is none other than Dr. Puneet Rajkumar, the dancing king of Sandalwood. Thank you so much, Apu. You will always be my hero. And I really want to thank all my competitors because you gave me all the inspiration, which in turn motivated me in achieving this milestone. Now, if you closely observe, you may feel that this trophy is rusted. But don't worry, only the trophy is, not the person who is holding it. Thank you. Over to the master of ceremony.
It was a nice speech. Moving on, our next speaker is attempting the level 5 on project 3. I request the individual evaluator, Toastmaster Sandeep, to read out the project guidelines.
Good evening, everyone. This speech is from High Performance Leadership Level 5 project. And the state purpose of this speech is for the member to apply his or her leadership and planning knowledge to develop a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement the plan with the help of a team. There are two speeches in this project. This is the first speech wherein the member has to introduce his plans and visions to the club. Timer, please note, the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish good luck to the speaker. Back to you, MC.
Our speaker is a passionate teacher, an energetic host, an informed trainer, always looking for new possibilities and relishing life one day at a time. A jewel in the crown of MCC. Let's welcome Toastmaster Balaji AS with a huge round of applause. With the speech title, It's Not We, it is we, not I. It is we, not I, Toastmaster Balaji.
Finally moved to an all-new location. After living in Srinagar literally almost my entire life, I was like, hey, even I deserve a place which is cool, calm, and somewhere I can live my life without the noise. After a lot of contemplation, we finally decided to leave Sudhamnagar and move to a different location, Jayanagar second block in Namma, Bengaluru. Everything was fabulous here. My neighbors on this side as well, my neighbors in the front as well, everything was really good. Except one little problem. The neighbor who was not there in the property right behind us. An empty, unattended plot. And somehow we Bengaloreans think we have the birthright of dumping all our garbage there. I have been waiting to lead a life of serenity and cleanliness. I told myself hygiene is going to be my priority number one when I move to another locality. But after looking at this, I realized this is not really going to happen. I saw everyone complaining. I had picked up a book called The Millionaire Mind, and in this book, they communicated if you identify a problem, this problem can even make you a billionaire. I think the author did not complete the statement right. You need to identify a problem with a solution which can actually reap you some monetary benefits. And here, to get this cleared, there was no monetary benefit. I decided whatever happened, I have to get this done. I spent 5,855 rupees to get that space cleared within 2 days of my arrival in that locality. And when the entire space got cleared, just like any other nice little Bangalorean, I also took the idol of one of the religious gods and placed it there. And I told, there will no one on this planet who is going to dirty this place now. And I went ahead and slept. The next day morning, 6:30, I ran excited to the balcony to look if there was anything out there. There was nothing. To my surprise, not even the idol. So I was like, okay, it's just the idol, not a problem. I think this is a problem that can be fixed. So I went ahead and looked for the idol. The idol is not there. So I got back, and that's when I figured there was one tiny little piece of garbage and one tiny little bag filled with garbage. So I thought this is a solvable problem. I got that cleared and went home. And I thought I'll return after a shower, after a nice freshening up session. I got back to find another 100 bags of garbage back again. And that's when I realized this task was not for me. This is a task that we as a community have to take in. So I decided, you know what, let's get people together. So I told, you know what, brother, come in, sister, come in. You know what, this is our locality. It is not good to have something like this right behind your place. Do you even have an idea about the mosquitoes that comes from these little dirty places? Corona is going to be the least deadly disease in front of that. And around 10 of them thought, okay, you know what? This is a problem. And all 10 of them came together and we decided to clear it up on our own this time, and we cleared it up. And this time we did not place one god, we placed 3 different gods from 3 different religions. And we went back, and after 2 days to find the same out there. By now, everyone had given up and they told this is how it's going to be. But I was not ready to give up. Because the innate quality of a leader is to not give up. And I also thought if the same people who were ready to do it the first time are not ready to do it the second time, it means I did not give them enough ownership. So this time I went ahead with another plan. I went ahead and I told them my problem. And I asked them, do you think you have the same problem? And they said, yes. do you think you and I can do something together? And they said, yes. And this time I did not get one yes. I got a total of 35 yeses from an apartment which had just 30 houses. So I was super thrilled. So with all these 35, we rethought, we redesigned. I knew I hadn't thought through. It's not just the task in hand, it's also about the task when that needs to come in when the task in hand doesn't go out in hand, but out of hand. So when I got this team on board for the next 2 weeks, 2 long weeks, at any given point in time, there was one person seeing to that this place is not littered again. We had to do it 3 weeks to get to the 21-day theory, but after 2 weeks, we had the guarantee this is not going to happen. And after 2 weeks, we realized a CCTV camera is a lot more cheaper than our time. So one little camera, some technology involved, and a lot of people vigilating this little space got my idea clear. And that's when the vision began. The vision began to actually clear up every single space that is left unattended like this. There are people who complain about the problem. We just need to give them a channel to get rid of their problem. What happened with my vision? Well, that's for my speech too. Until then, thank you so much for listening to me today.
It was a fantastic speech and it's useful ideas for us to evaluate. So with this, we can move on to the second session of the day. It's table topic session. Jump in. Let's start the exciting session of table topic session. And today's table topic master is pursuing BCom and CA course. She loves singing and is passionate about Sanskrit. She also loves baking, sketching, along with calligraphy classes. Help me welcome Toastmaster Sharanya with a huge round of applause.
Thank you, MC of the day, Toastmaster Pavani, for a wonderful introduction. Good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and welcome dear guests. One of the most exciting parts of Toastmaster session is table topic session. The main objective of this session is to think independently, think quickly and creatively and give a response which will help us in our actual life also. To help for the benefit of the guests, the guidelines to this session is the response to the topic should be at least a minute and not more than 2 minutes. Everyone will be seeing a green signal at 1 minute from the timer, yellow signal at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red signal at exactly 2 minutes. Thank you. And now let us start with the topics. The first topic is value of the minute. I repeat, value of the minute is the first topic which goes to Toastmaster Balaji CS.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Just wanted to check, is my audio clear? Okay, cool. Thank you, table topic master, for the topic. If I understand it right, the topic is value the minute. Okay, I'm just assuming that's the topic. I'll just go ahead with it. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. As people say, right, tiny drops make an ocean. So of course, every minute matters. That's the fundamental point which I guess the table topic master is trying to convey with this topic. I always have this habit of scrolling through my social media profiles like Instagram, Twitter, and suddenly after zoning out and burying myself in the social media sites, I suddenly see that 1 or 2 hours is just gone, which is never going to come back. So then I thought of this extremely bad behavior of mine, and then try to keep a time of it using some kind of a screen limit based on how you can spend and limit yourself in Instagram or Facebook or even Twitter. So even though we think that we are not spending much time, and even though we just think like it's just a few minutes, it's something which is never going to come back. So of course it's an extremely valuable thing, so we need to value each and every minute. I always have this habit of daydreaming. People think it's something which is not really good, but of course I think daydreaming actually also I feel sometimes helps me kick in and keep my imaginative juices flowing. So always I keep thinking about the times when I really messed up in my past, when I was in my school or college, or during a very crucial time where I could have done something better, but I never could. I used to always think, right, whenever it's a typical thing for any student where you just need just that one more day to prepare. You'd think like, you would have aced the exam, but that one more day never comes. So of course, like we always keep thinking about that one more day in the hindsight. Probably rather than doing that, we need to have this mindfulness where we need to consciously be aware that we are wasting time. So as in, if we are wasting time, I'm not trying to say everyone wastes time. So the only thing I can say is the words of my aunt. What she told is, it's okay for you to do whatever you do, but just be aware that what you're doing is that you're doing. To make sense of it, I'm just trying to say, don't zone out and be indulging in activities and then suddenly realize that you've lost a lot of time on that. So of course, every minute matters. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. It was a wonderful take on the topic, and it was very informative about how to be away from the social media and to control our lives. It was very informative. The next topic is being different. Okay, this goes to Toastmaster Raghunandana. Okay, the next topic is importance of self-motivation. That goes to DTM Udanka.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and thank you for that topic, fellow Toastmaster. It was Corona time and everyone witnessed lockdown. We had to stay in home, not even going out. From physical meetings, we had to shift to online meetings. This was a new thing for us, sitting in front of screens, listening to lectures, learning through screens was a different task for us. Past 19, 20 years, we have witnessed reading and face to face, listening from our teachers, but this was a new experience for us. I think this is the most faced comment by everyone. We are not able to concentrate properly in screens. That day, I made up my mind saying, yes, sit back no matter what. Let's do it. I sat down that day, started listening to classes. That day, I could complete a course. That day, I could clear an interview. That day, I could get a job. So that one thing I thought to myself, sit back, you can do it. The self-motivation I gave. I did not have anyone motivating me alone. So I did it myself and I could achieve it. It's all within you guys. What do you think? What will happen? If you are willing and strong, you can make it happen, no matter what it is, no matter how tough it is. Believe in yourself, do your self-motivation, climb up the hill, you will see wonders. That's it.
Thank you, DTM Udanka. It was a wonderful day. The next topic is the one place where we can find peace. It goes to Toastmaster Vijay Upendra.
Thank you, topic master. Good evening, Toastmasters. Welcome guests. The place where we can find peace. Peace cannot be found externally. Peace can be found only internally. A person who knows how to handle his emotions and logic to the optimum level can have peace within one's own self. Now, coming to Toastmasters, the day first when we came here and addressed people, we were terrified here. Why? We were not knowing about how to handle our own emotions supported by logic. The logic was totally different and emotions were very high. Because of that reason, we were not able to address gathering properly. That means the element of fear was inside. Fear means we are bringing back our past experience to the present and bringing the future into the present, which is not actually present. Because of that reason, we get into fear. Once we understand this, we can overcome fear so that we can achieve whatever that we want to achieve. Maybe it is public speaking or trying something different out of the box. It is always possible. It is in our own hands to find out peace within one's own self so that we can tread whatever path might be the peace. Thank you and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra, for that. And we all of us are here to overcome our fear. The next topic is binge watching, which goes to Toastmaster Sanjana.
Am I audible? Thank you, Table Topic Master. So the topic that I have received is binge watching. One of the series that I binge watched was Chernobyl. I think I watched the complete series in one day. It was very, very taxing, to be honest, and very disturbing. I spent the rest of the week unwatching it in my mind. So not a very pleasant experience for me. What I understood from binge watching is it comes from a place of compulsiveness where you want to do it. You're very passionate. You're like, let me do it, let me complete it, and that is not the previous topic was a place to find peace. So it was not very peaceful watching it binge watching that series, which I realized only after watching that series. So after that, I don't remember binge watching anything. I take it one step at a time and reflect on the series, then go to the next episode. That gives a lot more peace of mind, is what I have felt. So binge watching for me is not a very good uh, activity. Thank you. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana, for the wonderful take on the topic. Savings for the future is advantageous or disadvantageous. This topic goes to DPM AK Prabhakara.
Can you please repeat? Exact words are not easy to catch sometimes.
Yeah. Savings for the future is advantageous or disadvantageous?
What to the speaker? I didn't get your topic.
Saving for the future, is it advantageous or disadvantageous?
Oh, saving for the
Yeah,
future. Oh. Madam Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Saving for the future is advantageous or disadvantageous. Always say you save it for a rainy day. There is so much complexity in the world that uncertainty is something that looms ahead. If you can never plan for 100% perfect life, it is not possible. Even if you really think it is possible, things can go wrong here and there, and you have to make provisions for that. So whether it is in terms of time, some adjustment provisions are required. Similarly, for rainy day or some disadvantageous position, you need to save some money, some cushion. And when I was young, getting salary, I lived by the month. and month end would be the most toughest time to manage the situation, the inflation, the works and things like that. So what I did in those days was I made it a point to save some money, come what may, into a recurring deposit. And that recurring deposit would help at certain point of time, maybe a 1 year later or 2 years later, something that as a lump sum that I could really buy for the family. In those days, first of the thing that I bought was a mixie. Later on, that came as one other thing that came. I bought was a refrigerator, because by the time both my wife and myself used to come home, we didn't have refrigerator, and the only thing that was available in those days was Godrej refrigerator, and there used to be a lot of demand for it. And at the same time, I didn't have the 4,500 odd rupees it used to cost. And to make up for that, we used to use that recurring deposit. And once I bought it, in fact, the money was considered big enough, and Meccan wanted to know where I got the money. I told them, I showed the passbook. Today, it is nothing. These are all consumer items. But I came up in hard times when cash was strapped in the economy itself. It was not a country which was really flourishing the way it is today as far as consumer goods are concerned. So I had to save some money in order to get something. This is today, it's a loan is so simple. Today you want to buy a house, if you have a job, they give you. If you have some job, you can go and get loan from a bank. In those days, you had to prove that you don't need money in order to buy something. And that was the day I thought was, we have come a long way as far as economy is concerned. So still, if you are not able to save, you are in trouble. So save some money and invest there, allow it to grow so that you can live a reasonably good life. And one saying goes in Sanskrit about this, how you should live. And that is the strength on which I have lived. That is, Anayasena maranam vina dainyena jivan. What you should really ask for in life is two things. One is you should have good life, for that good health, so that you live a life in which finally you die without much of an effort. Everybody dies. But next sentence is even more profound. He says, Ana vina dainyena jivan. You should not put your hands to others to ask money. So in order to be really live a respectful life, you should save money for not just rainy day, for a generally likable way of living, so that you feel at the end of it, you have lived a decent life, which is not something looked down upon. You are proud about it. Over to table topic, Master.
Thank you, DTM AK Prabhakara. This is really very informative. The next topic is money everything? This goes to Toastmaster Mamata.
During all the Toastmasters and the guests who is present here, I feel money is not everything. What everything is the relationships. If you are really hardworking, then money comes automatically. So relationships, even though once it is lost, even if you work hard, also relationships will never be back. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mamata. The next topic is, which movie has had the most impact on you? This goes to DTM MU Bhatt.
Madam Toastmaster, Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Which movie has made the maximum impact on me? A very difficult question to ask. But there are movies which I repeatedly see in my spare time here. Whenever I open YouTube and all that, and my wife always asks, how many times you are going to watch that movie? You know, when I reflect upon that, if I'm watching a movie so many times, there may be something in which attracts me. For example, there are some 3-4 movies really which attract me, which I watch repeatedly whenever I have to pass some time. So something like our Goody is there by Hrishikesh Mukherjee, many of the Hrishikesh Mukherjee movies, or your Hrishikesh Mukherjee's picture Bawarchi. that what happens is, and or even a English movie like Sound of Music. All our picture, Three Idiots, which probably takes me back to my own days when we are probably many of the pranks which was being played. I can recollect that. So maybe that's why I can relate to it. As far as Bawarchi, Goody and all are concerned, I feel that there are movies which really touch your heart. There are certain things which, inside you, that some good feelings in you. I think such movies always interest me, and I keep on watching that many times instead of just watching some run-of-the-mill movies. These movies, fortunately, are getting repeated because I think, suppose like me, there are thousands of other people who like such movies, because I find it repeatedly coming. And if it doesn't come in a movie for regular program in any TV channel, I go to YouTube and download it. So, but so these are the kind of movies which I like. So, but it's very difficult to single out one particular movie which I like most. It is wherever human, when you feel good about yourself or feel good about the world, some humor, good sense, or some patriotism, such movies interest me, and I like those movies. Back to you, Madam Topic Master.
Thank you, DTM MU Bhatt. Now I would like to give this topic to the guest. Something I want to learn. Would any of you want to volunteer and talk? The topic is something I want to learn. Hello, Toastmasters and the guest. Something that I want to learn. Yeah. This is a very interesting topic, and as of now, I am looking for that. So I thought I would take a turn and trying on this. Something that I want to learn is there from a very long time, and now that I've started learning, I'm looking for all the opportunities where I could squeeze in and learn. So I think this is one best platform where I can learn to talk and communicate better. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope everyone enjoyed the topic, and I had a great time and learned a lot of things from all of you. With this, I end my table topic session and hand over the charge back to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Pavan.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Sarani. Those were really amazing topics and very nicely picked up with the speakers. So let's take a 10 minutes break of networking break.
Hello, sir. How are you? Hello, sir. How are you?
After a long time, Balaji.
Yeah, yes. Yes, sir. Try to start getting.
You are
better.
coming now. Good.
Yeah. Actually, I plan to come to the physical meeting, but I'm currently in Chennai for the week, so I couldn't come.
Oh, no, that's a job. For your job, you have to go there, move around.
No. Work is in Bangalore only. Some function in the family, so I have to come. Yeah.
Yeah, the software people are always like that. Our Supreet is virtually coming for our awards and taking awards only.
Okay.
We rarely attends meeting, but he participates in the contest.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
He does very well.
Right.
But if he comes here, I think it will even do better because even you might also felt once you are out of touch with that.
Yes.
You feel bit.
Takes time to get back.
Yeah. That's what.
Yeah. I was watching Rajshekhar's videos today, so I was like,
you when Rajshekhar was there, you were there in our club.
And I came as a guest, I guess. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. He is one example of a Toastmaster who could not speak one sentence properly.
Right. Okay.
It was horrible is not the word. There's a UK Sharma brought him. He was a student in his MBA college.
Oh, okay.
When he was studying there, he came from Hyderabad
Mhm.
and he joined our club.
Okay.
But one thing is, he has got an innate sense of humor.
Right.
Which he used to, and all the time he was very much keen to become a stand-up comedian.
Right.
So he has done a reasonably good job.
Yes. It's actually a very challenging field, right? To make a mark in that is like a big deal. Yeah. In today's stand-up comedy world, it's very tough to make a name for yourself.
But he's very good. If you keep following up in YouTube,
Yes.
it keeps popping up.
Correct.
He holds his own place in that.
No, and another thing, sir, I find it to be very clean. Unlike other people.
In fact, we had to. There are times I have phoned up when it was not clean enough.
No, like he is proving, right? Like you don't need to use profanity.
Yeah. He makes it a point to tell that also.
Yes.
And he won the championship for Meccan from Meccan,
Right.
district championship.
Right. Okay.
And he's in a way kind of flamboyant person and not prone to not much of planning once people withdrew in the last minute in the meeting. He was president. I remember him. He made the president's speech. He was a GE. He gave one project speech. And came back to give a table topic also. He was the table topic master. And we were a short supply of one advanced speech. Advanced what you call bronze or gold, advanced gold.
Okay. For the
those
CC.
days.
Okay.
Yeah, so like CC, we had
right.
bronze, gold, and silver and gold.
For the golden gavel. Okay.
Not golden gavel. It's about
for
individual.
DTM 3 steps.
Okay.
President distinguished process. Club needed points.
Correct. Okay.
So I called him up. He had by that time moved to Hyderabad. But he was still a member. So I called him up saying that we needed to advanced manual projects to be completed. Within a month, he completed both silver and gold.
Oh, okay.
That means 20 projects he finished in Hyderabad and gave the whole thing to our club.
Oh, okay.
And he can very, very quickly come up with very good topics also.
Yes.
Most of the things he's having humor. And initially there was a lot of butt nose. Initially, the president, I don't know who was that president, that lady, she was annoyed with him because it was not easy to keep him in check.
Oh, okay.
But later on, he came around to be very systematic, but he never gave up that sense of humor that he has today.
course.
He's a remarkable person.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I saw a couple of his videos. It's also very serious topics, right? He puts in a very humorous way. So it's he has his own USP kind of like. It's not. He's not like any other stand-up comedian out there. He has his. Yeah, I was.
His LinkedIn is even interesting.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen his LinkedIn?
No.
He says, "I'm a engineer from Stanford University and MBA from Harvard."
Okay.
And under that, he says, "This is what my parents wanted me to be."
Yeah. So, but like, yeah, in LinkedIn, it's like you expect some formal kind of environment. So, but yeah, it'll be funny if people are.
He is different.
Yes.
Balaji, it's a long time since I saw you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, sir. How are you?
Oh, it's running.
I think I will start again, sir. Resume. I was kind of like I won't say I was busy and all. I was just like distracted with other stuff. I need to resume.
You are in L&T City, Bangalore now?
This week I'm in Chennai, but yeah, I will be coming back to South City in next week. Yeah.
Take up project speeches. Your intellectual view of the project speeches always holds interest to people like me, even Bhatt also.
Yes, sir.
So
Sure,
it always helps.
Yes, sir. I will surely resume.
It makes sense to be attending the meeting if there are some inputs from your side.
Sure.
How is your music going, or anything you dropped off?
Yeah, I mean it's going, sir, but it's not very regular now. But my teacher is in Chennai, so I tried this again Zoom thing only for during the Corona, but it's not as effective as physically attending the class. Again,
You have something in you, something that is there innate.
Yeah,
You have to let it bloom, sort of bloom.
Yes, sir. Sure. Thanks.
Your wife is also working, is it?
Yeah, she's working in Bangalore.
Here in Bangalore?
She works in VMware.
Oh, VMware, very close. JP
Yeah, it's 5-10 minutes from our place. Yes.
It's very close by.
Yes. Yeah.
You are with Synopsys, if I remember.
No, I'm in Qualcomm, sir.
Qualcomm. Okay.
Yeah.
The mobile chip people.
Yes.
Where is your office, by the way?
But it's in Whitefield. I can't shift now since sorry. We can resume. Sorry.
Okay, I think people are assembling. We'll start.
Let's start the meeting again. Welcome back, all of you. We have come to the final session of the evaluation. Our general evaluator of the day is the science graduate and actively involved with an NGO, Inner Wheel, for the last 15 years. Inner Wheel is the world's largest women's voluntary service organization. She led the Inner Wheel district as the district chairman in 2019 and 20. In Macon, she has served as the SCIA secretary and associate VP PR earlier. She is managing a Gavel club for children. She is fond of traveling, reading, and yoga. Let's welcome Toastmaster Lalana Murthy with a huge round of applause. Thank you, Toastmaster Pavani, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. In this general evaluation, Toastmasters receive feedback which they will benefit from and grow to become better Toastmasters. As the general evaluator, I'll be reflecting on the proceedings of the meeting with the help of the role takers and the individual evaluators. Let me straight away jump into the meeting evaluation. The meeting started at 6:38 p.m. I think it's become a norm now, starting maybe 5 to 8 minutes late because of the technological challenges involved in it being a hybrid meeting. And it was a long business session today because Acting President Toastmaster Gaurav had a lot of updates, starting from the role takers and speakers for the next meeting. And it was also the updates from the district
conference where MECON has won a lot of club and individual awards. And it's indeed a matter of pride for us MECONians to listen to that list of awards mentioned by Acting President Toastmaster Gaurav. And another achievement for our club is also DTM Subramaniam being elected as the club group director and DTM Udanka elected as the division director. Congratulations to both of them. And yeah, we can have a round of applause for the awards as well as the achievements of the members. Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Shivprasad, started the meeting and related to the theme by speaking about his experience in a summer camp where he was one of the facilitators. He said that the qualities of being free of inhibitions and being non-judgmental are the lessons we could learn from children. His introduction of the president was also done very well. Toastmaster Shivprasad speaks very naturally and also brings an element of humor in his talks, as I have observed over the weeks. So excellent Sergeant at Arms address, Toastmaster Shivprasad. Can we have a huge round of applause for him? Coming to the President's address, Acting President Gaurav opened the meeting by the minutes of the last meeting being read out by Toastmaster Sai Snehal, followed by the guest introductions. Being his maiden address as the President, Toastmaster Gaurav stepped into the role effortlessly, and he also spoke on how children teach us to be happy for no reason, being busy all the time, doing the things they like, and also they know how to get things done with their innocence and charm. I think they also man over their parents and whoever else is around. And he also spoke about his interactions with his nephews and nieces and how observing them also he has learned a lot of things, such as like children forgive very easily, whereas we adults tend to keep on, going on with our ego and carrying it on for maybe years together, as I have observed in some cases. And children are also open to learning new things and do not hesitate to step up to any situation. He concluded by saying that if we implement all these above things, our life will definitely become more fulfilling. His introduction of the MC was also very good, with all the relevant details being given out. Toastmaster Gaurav is one of the dependable and committed Toastmasters of MECON and manages to take up any role and perform it with aplomb. Can we have a huge round of applause for him, please? We'll now start with the evaluations of the speeches. The first speaker was Toastmaster Ujjwal. Can I request the individual evaluator, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa, to evaluate the speech?
ಮಗದೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Ujjwal Ravaru, the speech rendered by Ujjwal, I am going to evaluate on 18 parameters which I was able to write in during the COVID period, which I also brought the copies. Interested people may take that one also. The first one is opening. He lifted the shield and showed it to all the people with enthusiastically. Opening was good. Second one was volume. I feel he has to give a bigger volume so that even the last man can hear very clearly. That is what is required. Body language was also extremely good. He opened his shirt and showed the body language was also good. Focus was there on the subject what he has made. Modulation, I think he has to improve that one. Big modulation is going up and down. It was not there. It was a straight volume was there in that one. Pitch was also a little bit, he has to improve. Quality of the speech was good. Then fluency was there on that one. Next one is pause. Pause was also good. Rate was good. Whatever is required to do that one was good. Other one was transition. When you take up from one subject to the other subject, the transition little bit has to improve on that one. The structure of the talk was good. Other one was ending. I'm a fan of so and so. Yes, you need to have a fan. You need to have a person to follow that one. I think he has selected the right person who has excelled. When he was died, 20 lakh people came. Can you imagine that? Even I heard, even for when Mahatma Gandhi died, such people never died. He has selected a very good motivator so that he can improve a lot in his ending. Ending was also good. Brevity. What is the meaning of brevity? Which means when you are talking, you must add up some jokes which are relevant to that one, not the other one, which will enhance the speak of this one. Next is topic selection. It is extremely good. The topic selection he made was the best thing happens unexpectedly. It's a wonderful thing. Whatever you might have seen in your life, unexpectedly things will happen. It may be I always talk about hard work and the luck. I think both combined together. Some people have more luck, some people have this thing. So he has excelled in that one only. Preparation, I think the way he spoke, he has made a lot of preparation. This one, grammar was, I think it is absolutely no flaws there. What is the motivation he got? What is the motivation he has given to the people here? He has given a very good motivation. Follow the leader. He has selected one of the best leader of the contemporary one. That is what he has made. I wish all the best to this speaker in the coming days. He being an young man, please put your hands together and encourage him in a more way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa, for that very encouraging evaluation. You highlighted all the positive aspects of the speaker, such as the good opening he had, the title he has given for his speech, the body language, and you also said that his quality of speech was good with all the necessary pauses, and there was a good flow in his speech, and the conclusion was also good. And you rightly suggested improvements, such as maybe he has to increase his volume so that it will reach the last member of the group in the meeting, and his pitch. And I think you also suggested that he could have had better transitions. You also showed the way forward by stating that brevity will enhance the speech. So I think it was an excellent evaluation. Can we have a round of applause for both the speaker and the evaluator? The next speech was by Toastmaster Balaji. I now request Toastmaster Sandeep to evaluate the speech.
Good evening, everyone. Before I start the evaluation, I would say one statement that I wish I could have a neighbor like the speaker today. Of course, everywhere this is a problem in Bangalore. So everyone would wish that why from Sudham Nagar to Jayanagar, why not Bansankari in the next year? So you can sit down for a second space. Sometimes in Baswangudi you can stay and clean the places. Coming back to the speech, the speaker is already in a high pedestal. He has recently won the silver medal in the district level competition. So for many members, I would just tell about the good things which you can take from the speaker and implement in your future speeches. Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa has already given some 18 parameters to assess a speech. I'm sure if he makes 81 parameters also, the speaker would tick all the lists. So there was a lot of clarity, there was vocal variety, there was eye contact, gestures, there was audience awareness. The topic chosen was relatable to us. I could easily connect with our speaker. Then there was a humorous approach to the problem. There was a humorous approach to the solution. The difficult times he could explain in a lighter manner. But as required in the project, he had all the checklists done, like problem clearly stated. He constructed a team of 10 members, then later 35 members. He motivated the members when there was difficulty, when there was failure, repeated failure. He had motivated by delegating tasks, by giving them ownership. So this shows very good qualities of a leader. He has a very good vision. Now the neighborhood is clean. Now his vision is to clean all the areas in Bangalore. I think that is a very amplification of his good thoughts. I wish good luck for the speaker today. The one thing which I could say that you can improve upon is your vision for the city is very noble. I'm sure a lot of people will be interested in that. So the objective is now to the cleaning the neighborhood was easy. I think you could have you could message on your apartment group on WhatsApp, and lots of the people will respond to your message. When you implement at a larger scale, you need a very good plan and very strong team. So that is what we would like to hear in the second part of this project. My best wishes for the speaker, and back to the evaluator, general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandeep, for that textbook evaluation, which touched upon all the positive aspects of the speaker. I think it's very difficult to evaluate a speaker like Toastmaster Balaji, who has only positive attributes, and you have to really pick on to look for recommendations or suggestions. And of course, he's also the star speaker, one of the star speakers of our club, who is also represented our club in the various competitions area and division and other contests as well. So, like you rightly highlighted the strengths of the speaker, like his clarity, the topic chosen, which was definitely relatable to all of us, where we get to see this garbage strewn around everywhere whenever we go for our morning walks or anywhere else. Even when you are driving down, you can see it under the flyover. So many people are going in the cars and they just throw it and they go. I have seen that also. So this program is really a menace, and it was wonderful to hear how the speaker chose to tackle this common problem. And of course, his humorous approach to the problem and the solution was definitely a plus point of his speech. And your suggestion was actually not related to his speech at all. It was more for the common good, where maybe he can use his whatever he has learned from this experience, and which could be spread in other neighborhoods as well, as to how we can tackle this problem. So anyways, let's have a round of applause for both the speaker and the evaluator. I think the link for voting has been shared, right? I request all the members to vote for all the role takers, speakers, and evaluators. We'll now have the reports of the role takers. I request timer Toastmaster Mamata to give her report.
My report goes like this. Sorry if I don't know who are PMs and DPMs here. I just addressed by the names. Okay. So Shiva, he took 3 minutes 16 seconds. Okay, presidential address. Gaurav, he took for 6 minutes and 56 seconds. On introduction of the Toastmaster of the evening, we took 1 minute, and report on previous meeting, we took 1 minute and 5 seconds. Okay, Master of the ceremony, Bhavani took 15 minutes and 35 seconds. Okay. Speaker Ujjwal, he took 3 minutes, 8 seconds. Evaluator Veerabhadrappa sir took 2 minutes, 57 seconds. Balaji took 7 minutes, 16 seconds. Sandeep took 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Now the top timing goes to table topic master, Sharanya. She took 13 minutes and 20 seconds overall, like what topic she has to give, and again coming back and telling the topics. So overall, the addition of the types. And here the table topic members' time goes. Balaji CS, he took 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Udanka took 1 minute and 45 seconds. Vijay Upendra sir took 1 minute and 32 seconds. Sanjana took 1 minute and 26 seconds. AK Prabhakaran sir took 3 minutes and 50 seconds. I myself took 30 seconds. MU Bhatt sir took 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Yes, Shushma took 30 seconds. Thank you. Soumya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mamta, for that detailed report. Whether they're DTMs or not, you can address them as Toastmasters. You can say Toastmaster Shiv Prasad or Toastmaster A.K. Prabhakara. And there's no need of saying sir and all that. Okay, when you're speaking to them on a one-on-one basis, it's okay. When you're mentioning here, you can say DTM A.K. Prabhakara, DTM MU Bhatt, and all of us are Toastmasters. DTM, of course, is optional, and only a few of us distinguished Toastmasters here. And anyway, this is the first time you're taking up any role, as I learned. So congratulations on your maiden effort, and can we have a round of applause for Mamta? I now request DTM MU Bhatt to give his report as the R-counter.
Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. From the beginning, I had some problem with this today's audio-video mismatch. On offline meeting, that lip sync was not happening. Many times, particularly speeches, when there is a disconnect between the body, gesticulations, gestures, and voice and body language, and your speech. I do sometimes lip reading because of my own hearing issues. So I found it a bit difficult because to relate at times. But ironically, there are 4 persons who did extremely well all on offline. One is Sai Snehal Reddy, Sanjana, Shiva, and Lalana Murthy. Though they were on offline, the way they presented the clarity, particularly Sai Snail's minutes of meeting, we think that minutes of meeting is easy job because you are reading it out. It's not so. If you give it to me, I will do it 10 hours in that 2 minutes minutes of meeting also. But he did a fantastic job. Every time it's a pleasure just listening to Sai Snail. Same thing is Sanjana today. She really created waves, I should say. The way did her PP evaluation, when she explained that clarity and the diction what she has. Of course, she had some hours in the table topic response about binge watching, but that's all okay because there's a thought process. I will be more liberal regarding your table topic session. But Sanjana is one speech which I really, the diction and the clarity or delivery I really liked. There's something which you should always, I think we can go back and listen to her again. Same thing with Shiva as a Sergeant at Arms, absolutely flawless. And also Lalana Murthy, of course, as usual, I cannot comment because she has got a style which is totally devoid of any ahs and ums and crutch words. And she has developed that skill in our club only, if I recollect, because from the beginning I've seen an amazing job done. These are the 4 persons. I would request you to go through this recorded version and see what exactly, how the delivery of a speech takes place. That same thing I cannot tell. Now, for example, let us come to other role takers. Master of Ceremony, Pavani, flawless. Ujjwal, delivery of speech, flawless. Balaji, flawless. As far as our counter, your crutch words, filler words are concerned, absolutely no problem. Even Sharanya as a table topic master also was flawless, except some couple of bars. It's okay for her maiden performance. But even there, I felt the clarity, maybe something wrong with the audio, I think, or something wrong with me, you know, that mismatch or whatever happens. That's the only thing I can felt. But that same thing did not happen in the case of Sai Snail, Sanjana, or Shiva, or Lalana. It was absolutely clear. There is one thing I observed. As far as the table topic responses go, there are 8 responses, most of them flawless. Of course, our Balaji and myself hold always record of number of hours. So Balaji did not let us down today also. There are many of us, Balaji, I think you should come more often to our club. You will overcome that also. And Vijay Upendra, as usual, flawless. Your DTM Udanka was flawless, but some lack of clarity in his diction sometimes I find in his audio. I don't know if it is the audio fault or the way the distance from the mic they maintain. I think that may be one of the criterion. I don't know. A.K. Prabhakara, as both as a grammarian as well as your table topic response, absolutely flawless. I didn't find anything to comment. DTMMU, but as usual in your table topic response, number of eyes, I think I felt count myself, I think. Soumya was a guest, I think. She responded, it's fine. Mamta also was flawless. She did not, there I couldn't find anything. As far as the evaluators concerned, Sandeep was flawless, no ahs or ums. Or Veerabhadra also, he did not have any ahs or ums, but he has got a filler word or a crutch word. I think Veerabhadra, I think, can work on that. That is about that one and this one. I think that you use too often, where it doesn't really add to the meaning what you want to say. That is one thing you can only I can suggest to you. Otherwise, overall, I can see the performance has been reasonably good, and we have done extremely well for ourselves as far as our counter department goes. Again, I repeat that you should go back and watch Sai Snail and Sanjana and Shiva and Lalana to see how its speech delivery can take place. This is one thing I could only suggest now. With that, back to general evaluator.
Thank you, DTM MU Bhatt, for that comprehensive report, I should say. You did not miss anybody. You touched upon each and every speaker who were behind the lectern today. And your introduction of your role was also done very well. And it's definitely, I think, a learning for our new members. I think they should go back to the recording and check it out. What is the object of having an R counter in a Toastmasters meeting? So can we have a round of applause for Toastmasters? I now request grammarian DTM A.K. Prabhakara to give his report.
Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Matching today's topic, there were some excellent usages, good usages in terms of words and phrases. I want to bring it out. Children forgive easily, open-minded. They want to know and learn. Innocent mind, best buddies, better versions of ourselves, ready to assist. Another usage, good, something special word like contemplating, enough ownership. Then there was a plethora of good words from one table topic speaker: burying oneself, daydreaming, imagination juices, one more day never comes, mindfulness, indulging in. Then there was another person making use of a word which is more of in social media, unwatching. It's something that is to be noted, unwatching, watching and unwatching. Unwatching within the mind, special usage. And compulsive, that's one thing again that was used appropriately. Of course, the finest manner of speaking, fine manner of speaking is with many of the speakers today, and those who stand out, I would say. And when I say fine speakers, it is in terms of how they were not using the grammar like cat, come, milk, meow, meow, drink and go. That still makes sense, but they were not that. They were of the higher class as far as the usage of complete sentences were concerned, the way they applied themselves to do it. They are, I would like to say, sergeant at arms who use the word non-judgmental, no inhibition. Sergeant at arms was flawless as far as diction is concerned. Diction means manner of speaking. And there were excellent usages by Toastmaster Balaji in his table topics. So were Vijay Upendra, Sanjana, and of course, the inimitable person who has a certain harmony about the way she delivered the speeches, our G. Lalana Murthy. These were the standout usages that I saw, standout speaker in the way they spoke. And in general, the level was good, I would say. With that, on that note, I would like to hand over the control back to General Evaluator, Toastmaster Lalana Murthy.
Thank you, DTM A.K. Prabhakara, for another detailed report. I also like the way you started explaining your role by talking about that cat coming drinking the milk and all that. So this is another takeaway for our new members, I should say, because we have a lot of new members now in the club. And as I was talking to Sandeep, like we feel like new members now. So can we have a round of applause for DTM A.K. Prabhakara? I now request Parliamentary Procedure Evaluator Toastmaster Sanjana to give her report.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. None of the members spoke of sex or politics. Although there was a reference to religion, it was done in good humor. Moving on, you could say I have come to realize that if I carry out a role of PP evaluator online in a hybrid setup, I am quite ineffective because I have no idea what's happening offline, as I can see only the speaker. So I really hope that there were no particular disturbances during the speeches in the offline setting. Coming to the members joining online, barring me, I saw only 3 other people turning on their videos, which I encourage more people do it so we have a more cohesive meeting. Otherwise, I did not see any particular violation. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana, for your observations. I assure you that we did not have any disturbances in the offline meeting as well. Everything went on perfectly, I should say. There were no walkouts when the members were speaking, and I think we were all back in time after the 10-minute break. In fact, we were waiting for the online members to complete their interactions so that we could resume with our general evaluation session. Can we have a round of applause for Toastmaster Sanjana, please? Now, coming to the table topic master, Sharanye, this is the first time I have seen you behind the lectern. She started off by explaining the purpose of the table topic session. It was done very well. And she also explained how it helps us outside other than Toastmasters as well. And compliments to you on the compilation of the topics in such a way that members could relate to it and respond easily as well. And I think you also picked the right speakers for the right topics, I should say. So excellent job, Toastmaster Sharanye. Can we have a big round of applause for her? And for me personally, it was good to see an old face, Toastmaster CS Balaji, responding to a table topic today. Good to see you, Toastmaster Balaji. Now coming to the MC, Toastmaster Pavani. That was a nice theme, Pavani. I always believe that there is something to learn from everyone and more so from children. So she shared the traits and qualities of her children and the values she has learned from them by giving the examples of how they planned to go on a vacation and how her daughter suggested that they should take their parents for a vacation as they hadn't been on a flight any time in their lives. And it was delightful to listen to her speaking of the joy experienced by her parents when they went on the flight and the memories they could create for them. So that was brought out very nicely in your speech, Pavani. I think it is also a lesson for all of us. The two qualities which she has picked up from her children, that is to gifting memories and appreciating people. Appreciating people is one of the concepts we have in Toastmasters. That is the feedback, and also that is what this general evaluation is all about. So that is also there. We give feedback, the positive feedback, and what they can also improve from the feedback. So that was brought out very nicely and very confident session, Toastmaster Pavani. Her transition from the theme to the history of Toastmasters was also done very well. She said how creating a positive atmosphere for our children helps them, and in the same way how Raj Medley created this positive atmosphere for everyone to come into this organization and evolve as better Toastmasters. She also explained the meeting structure and the introduction of the role takers was also done well. She had everything in place. Whatever introductions she hadn't received earlier, she was here early. That's a good trait of an MC. Many a times we are all here and waiting for the MC to come and reach the meeting. So that is one of the traits of a good MC. You were here very early so that you could get the introduction of all the role takers which you needed for your session. So wonderful job, Toastmaster Pavani. Can we have a thunderous round of applause for Toastmaster? Overall, it was a great meeting with good speeches, wonderful table topics, and perfect evaluations. We had a mix of the old and new members taking up all the tag roles today, with DTM MUBAT and DTM AK Prabhakara, and the new members like Pavani and Sharanya, and of course Mamta, who was doing her first role today. So, and there's a lot of takeaway from the senior members as well, as I also explained earlier. And this shows that always the hours we spend behind the lectern is what helps us to grow as better Toastmasters. So I encourage all the new members to come up and take the roles regularly so that you can become better Toastmasters. With that, I would like to hand over the charge back to Toastmaster Pavani.
Thank you, Toastmaster. This was a wonderful session today. Though I took more passes, even I got appreciation. I'll do my job better next time for sure. A little more about my children so that I can give the conclusion for this meeting. Being the staunch advocates of self-respect and equality, my children make my parenting easier and enlightening day by day. Very thankful to say this, and now it's please President, hand over to the President, Acting President Gaurav.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pavani, for that wonderful MC session. Thank you, Sharanya, for that wonderful table topic session. And thank you, Lamana ma'am, for that wonderful general evaluation session. So total, we have got 16 responses, and as after my presidential address, I had no other work, so I counted how many members are in the meeting. And I saw there are around 17 members. So one person has missed out 2 votes. So please ensure from the next meeting, everybody votes. So coming to the winners, I'll be starting with the Tab G, role takers of Tab G. The winner is the person who won Tab G is PP Evaluator Toastmaster Sanjana. And we give her a huge round of applause. And going forward, MTG, that is Master Ceremonies, Table Topic Master, and General Evaluator. This award goes to General Evaluator Toastmaster. So moving forward to table topic speakers, this award goes to DTM AK Prabhakar. Jumping towards the best speaker for today, it goes to the one who took up the initiative to clean the garbage in his locality, Toastmaster Balaji AS. Now moving to the best evaluator for today, it goes to Toastmaster Veerappan. So overall, a very good meeting. It feels good to see many people in offline mode compared to the online. So I recommend everyone to please come to the meeting regularly. And I like to appreciate Toastmaster Sai Snail, who took up the initiative of YouTube years back, and it's now with 100 subscribers. So it's very good thing to see that he takes up this initiative to upload all the videos regularly and ensure that everyone gets a chance to look at their performance and take up few feedbacks from it. So as I said, the video link will be shared in the group in few days time. So please do look at the video, see where you have performed, how you have performed, and if there is anything you can make yourself better in the upcoming meeting. And I request all the members to please go to the Basecamp feedback and please give feedback to all the role takers who have performed today. And once you have done, please ping them so that there is no notification once you give a feedback. So once you ping them, they come to know that you have given a feedback. I'd like to make one more announcement on behalf of the entire EC. So recently we have been seeing that members have been backing out from the roles. I know there are few emergencies, unexpected emergencies, please, but we request you to inform us way in advance because we'll have some time to find a replacement. A day before the meeting or on the meeting day, it will be a little bit difficult for us to find a replacement. So with this, I close the meeting number 1164 and I request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.
Sindhu Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Vanga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchala Jala Vitaranga Tava Shubha Name Jage Tava Shubha Ashisha Mage Gaye Tava Jaya Pata Janagana Mangala Jaya Bharata Bhagya Vidata Jaya He Jaya He Jaya He Jaya 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 He.
Thank you all. Hope to see you in the next one.
Thank you.